promotional playoffs and also staving off relegation and staying in the league. How's the team looking today, Coach Bella?
The team's positive. The week's been good. The last result was good away from home. You know, two different battles, different ends of the table. They want to get into the first three, and we want to play PSL football next season. So very important for us.
Very important today. You look at the numbers against Stellenbosch. They are in the favour of Stellies. Scored only 15 goals so far this season, and you need a lottery of goals today.
Yeah, they've been better. They've been better this season, and also they've been better in the last outings out against us. So a difficult situation, we know, but you know, in situations like these, you've got to pull one out the bag if you want to stay in the league. I mean, couldn't be more desperate than this. But the guys are positive. They believe. It was very, very difficult away from home last week, and everyone had written us off, and we managed, and we think in front of our crowd, yeah, at home we can do the same.
Home definitely hasn't been the happy hunting ground, but because today is the last dance, really pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, I think if you know, home versus away, it's just been, in general, it's been a bad season, but more difficult away. Up until last week, we'd only won one away. So at home, we've played better. Maybe there were a few results that we deserved at home that we didn't get. We can't say the same for the away games. So let's hope we can get over the line today, yeah?
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks.
Final day of the Betway Premiership for Stellenbosch and for Cape Town City. A tough one today, but what are the outings that Stellenbosch would want today for themselves, Coach?
Yeah, when I looked at the fixtures beginning of the season, thought it would be nice to have a last day derby encounter, but it's going to be one that's very tense. Obviously, we want to finish third. We want to, play in the Confed again next season. We feel that we learned a lot from it, and there's a bit of unfinished business. So that's our sort of objective right from day one. So we've laid the foundation to achieve that. But we're going to come up against a team that are obviously, desperate for points, fighting for their lives. So it's going to be a real derby today. I think both teams really wanting to go out and achieve what they need to achieve.
When we speak about the Cape Derby, the numbers definitely do fall in Stellies' favour. Numbers as well, Stellies want to get to that magical number 50, and that also encapsulates the kind of season you've had.
Yes, 50 is a magical mark. We got to 50 last season, but this time it'll be only having played 28 games. So once again, there would be progress in terms of, the club. And I've always said that if every season you can get more points than the previous season, eventually you give yourself a chance to challenge to win the league. So magical mark for us, again, a top 3 position. So a lot to play for today.
Finally, how's your team looking this afternoon? Are they ready for the battle in the Cape Derby?
Yes, they are. I think they want to reward themselves for a challenging but really good season. One game left, one last dance, maybe 1 or 2 players in the off-season leaving, so it's their last chance to do it for each other. So they're really up for it, Jess.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the last dance.
Thank you.
As focusing on this particular game, what has been the main focus during the week to ensure that you get the 3 points?
No, man, we have to do our daily routine in every microsite. We do our analytical work and prepare the team against what we anticipate. A team that is very good on transition, a team that has got a very important midfielder in Kaizer in the heart of the midfield as the engine room of the team. A team that has got 2 centre backs that pose a serious threat on set pieces in Cardoso and Yamba. With the speedy Mahalo and Ramara on the side, they are quite a complex team, but we have looked at all the dynamics and we have prepared the team according to what we've always anticipated. And we've dominated quite a lot of games. I'm not even surprised that probably today it will be the same story, but my biggest wish is to try to improve that dominance and yield some goals from it, because I think that's where our problems have been. And I'm very hopeful that today, because we have to change a few things here and there to try and have a team that would have probably a lot more of dribblers and people that can attack the space a little bit better. And we are hopeful because we trust the process and we believe we are on the right track.
Coach, you answered pretty much my second question about improving your goals to game ratio, particularly that cutting edge in front of goal. The last game you played was second lowest amount of shots you had recorded throughout the season. So you mentioned already the dribblers that you're going to introduce, etc., etc. Since your time here, where do you think are the key improvement areas, not only for short-term success, but for long-term success for a club that you know quite well?
I think the team has improved a lot structurally. I think the team has improved from being just a counter-attacking team or a team that relies on transition to a team that wants to dominate football matches. The team has improved in creating multiple lines in our play so that it becomes easier to find the next line and probably create stress on the opposition. And I think we have improved in leaps and bounds in that. The only area where I'm still very unhappy is how we have utilized the chances that we got, because there it's very difficult for it to rely on the coach, because when the player is facing the goalkeeper and he decides to pass the teammate, when the player is inside the box a meter away from the goals and the goalkeeper is not there, just to nod the ball towards goals. Those are situations that are very difficult for the coach. But when the stress levels start to mount, these youngsters will always crack. And for a team that has not been used to creating a lot of chances because of the reliance in a counter-attack, now it's becoming a strange reality that every match we've got a big chance that we end up not even using it, because we are used to maybe the space behind and running into that space. Now we bring opponents in and around their box and force them to make mistakes. But unfortunately, we just don't have that cutting edge finish in front of goals. And probably for me, that is one big area, because that is what even upsets our defense, because we don't concede too many chances. But when you don't score, ultimately opponents, because you get disparate, then you start opening up and make stupid mistakes and concede goals. But the reality is that if you take your chances, then you are in a better control of the game, and the game will always favor you.
Coach, all the best today. Hopefully you find that cutting edge. Joined by head coach of Sekhukhune United, Coach Eric Timke. Very good afternoon to you, sir. Looking for the league double against this particular opponent, and it is coming at an interesting point of this season. You guys on the up, they're looking to avoid going on the down. 1-1 draw against Chiefs the last time in action. Takeaways from that one coming into this?
Yeah, obviously this is going to be a difficult game. Last game of the season. Both teams obviously got a lot to play for. We're obviously looking to try and get a win today and hopefully try and finish third in the league. And obviously they're in a bit of a battle at the bottom. So massive game for both teams, and now it's about applying ourselves in the correct manner.
Coach, you're going to have one eye on the Cape Town City and Stellenbosch game, because that does have bearing on the position that you're trying to finish in.
Yeah, exactly. I think both teams will be looking at the Cape Town City game, so very, very important for us to make sure that we get ourselves across the line, get our 3 points, and obviously then see what happens after that. It's unfortunately not in our hands, but we need to do our side first.
Coach, all the best today.
Thank you.
Tough final, I think. That's the way to describe it, based on where we are. In fact, we've had a couple of cup finals now leading to this one, but this is a proper cup final today. And the players know that, they understand that. They understand the magnitude of the game, and this is a game that I couldn't sugarcoat any longer. It's a must-win for us. And whether that comes with pressure, so be it. We have to handle it, and what the players have shown me on the training ground in the last couple of days leading up to this, I think they're ready to handle the pressure that comes with it.
I can easily look at the starting 11 and go tactical, but I think for this type of game, you need something extra. The mentality and also the physicality that's needed in this game.
Yeah, you touched on a very important word there. I think mentality, and I can add another word, attitude. If we go into the game today with a winning attitude, and that's not being boastful, that just means that's exactly what we need to go into this particular game today. I think we go in with maybe very close to our best starting lineup for this particular game, that I think the players can go and do it in the way we want to play today. And I said to the players, the last game against Pirates, we looked a little bit uncomfortable on the ball, first touches and that. And that's something we worked on through the week. They're a lot more comfortable. I think conditions today will help them on the ball. And we've got to play today. We must remember to play today as well. And if they do that well, I think if we manage the moments in the game that it potentially will throw at us today, I think we'll be okay.
Final 3 points of the season. All the best, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Coach Ronnie, this is the team's last game for the season. How are you hoping to close off the season?
Actually, coming into this game, if we go backwards, we had a good away result against TS Galaxy, managed to win away from home. And then the last game against Arrows, a draw, so we want to finish off consistently. We're coming here for a result this afternoon here, and we're hoping for an improved performance from our last game.
Talking about an improved performance, it's quite late to make any massive tactical changes, but is there anything that you'd like to implement that could be slightly different?
We just want to continue mainly based in terms of the model, the game model of the club. We're going to continue in what we've been doing well and improve in those aspects, especially on the transitional phase of the game. We felt that for defending longer periods in the previous game, we could have got a few more opportunities on the break, taking care of the ball better. I think this afternoon here we'll work on those aspects.
Talking about that, you're bound to meet a very resistant SuperSport United team. How do you unlock their defense?
Yeah, we know the position SuperSport in at the moment. It's going to be a game of attrition, a game they'll be fighting all out because they also need the result on their side. But having said that, we look at the team sheet, looks like they're going with 3 in the back. They're going with wing backs with Moby and Leke on the other side there. I think if we manage the side areas, manage those overloads, and then on the attacking transitions, we should be able to get a few goal-scoring chances on the other end. So we're looking to capitalize on those shortfalls.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
You've spoken this week about the importance of today's game. Are you getting the sense that the players are aligned with you in realizing that this game could indeed be season-defining for Kaizer Chiefs?
Tu as parlé de l'importance de ce match durant la semaine. Est-ce que tu crois que les joueurs ont totalement compris l'importance du match et l'importance de la qualification?
Définitivement, ils ont été d'un sens de professionnalisme extrême. Ils ont continué malgré ils se sont privés des festivités pour se concentrer et continuer à s'entraîner d'une manière très très sérieuse. Vraiment, je les félicite et j'espère qu'ils vont transformer cette attitude-là en une victoire aujourd'hui que le club a absolument besoin.
Definitely. We have sensed that the players have been training the whole week with seriousness and commitment, and we hope that it's going to reflect on the field the will that they showed at the training this week.
All the best for today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you very much for joining me. Just a single point needed for another top 8 finish. It sounds simple enough, but having gauged the team leading up to today, what would you say the confidence levels are despite the lack of form?
No, we need 1 point, but both of us, we need points for us to secure the top 8 spot. And I think it's going to be a difficult and entertaining game for both of us. And I think it's going to also be a game of precautions. And I think it's going to also be a game of more tactics. It's going to be more tactical, and we just hope that we become the better team today. And not forgetting that we're coming from a loss. We just want to redeem ourselves, and not also forgetting that we are playing a very, very, very stubborn and offensive team in Kaizer Chiefs. Hence the starting 11, you see their lineup and you say, oops, they come with an offensive play from the back up to the front. So we just need to be very conscious of that.
All the best for today, Coach.
I think and we need that luck.